Yes,
Yesterday
sir.
also night also I improved, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. Let me know if you see my screen now. Right. So we'll go the OOPS concept. Huh? What is the OOPS concept mean generally? What could be the OOPS concept? OOPS. OOPS is the word. As long as we are in the IT, this word will be there, right? What is the OOPS? Hello, Rudra. Good morning.
Object oriented.
Object-oriented programming. OOPS concept, right?
Yes.
Object-oriented. What is the main concept here? So two types of programming, right here. Procedural programming. Procedural program. This is based on the functions in general concepts. When it comes to a SAP point of view, function models, subroutines. This is procedural programming model here. And whereas OOPS concept is based on the classes and methods. Global classes and local classes. Okay. So main advantage of the OOPS concepts is OOPS concept advantage reusability, reusability and inheritance. Nothing but of course with the inheritance only. Inheritance, also the polymorphism. We'll see this one. Polymorphism. This the concepts of the OOPS made very strong. In SAP, in SAP, what the OOPS we call is SAP objects. The terminology we use is SAP objects. SAP objects means oops. Sorry, ABAP objects. Sorry. ABAP objects. ABAP objects means nothing but woo ABAP programming. Object-oriented ABAP programming. This is called ABAP objects and object-oriented programming. The best to find definition or concept, theory concept you can find is, you can find here. ABAP.Q. If you go to ABAP.Q. Right here. You see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
The best place for all the concepts, right? Theory point of view, more theoretical concepts and all. This is the best place. ABAP.Q within the SAP. Our latest documentation you can find out here. So if you go to here ABAP objects, this is the point concept what I just said the example here. Definition. ABAP objects is the object oriented part of the ABAP. So also very important point is in the ABAP objects, old statements, so all the obsolete statements will not be allowed. So that to clean up the programming concept actually. So this is the concept here. So we'll see practically this one very easy to understood. Go through this one, the exam point, interview point of and all, they will ask this one. What are the benefits of object orientation? Basically reusability. Okay, other one is modularization concept. What is modularization concept? Two things important. Modularization.
Usability and readability.
Readability basically, so that you can make it the complex things into small things, and then you can use it that for each functionality. There are two types of classes: global class and the local class. The global class we create through SC24. Local class we create within the ABAP program. So what I do is there are two types of classes. The global class is the SC24. We create an SC24. And you can use this global class across the ABAP programs. ABAP program. ABAP program 2. ABAP program 3. So you can use this same class, what you created through SC24 across the programs. Program 1, program 2, program 3. Global class. Okay. And local class is within the program, within the SC38. It's the program. Inside this, you can use local class. Here. So local class similar to subroutines. Local class is similar to subroutines. Class is similar to subroutines, and global class is similar to as global class is similar to functional models. Okay. So let us we do quickly one program. Okay. So first I will define this one here. This is the class definition. Class definition. What is the meaning of class definition? Can you think of? It contains the class attributes. Attributes could be methods and variables. Nothing but here. Methods means which will do some functionality. So there are how many methods are there? Two methods are there. Set emp, disemp. And what is this public section? Maybe if any one of you know the programming concept.
Global
Hmm. Okay. So it contains the functionality, I mean, signature. Okay. Structure of the class. Class definition means. Okay. Public section is the methods, right, which you can access anywhere in the other classes as well as in the programs, inside the program. We'll see this practically. Public. Private section means within that class methods only we can use it. Okay. Mm, next we do class implementation. Class implementation means it will specify what it will give the functionality of the class methods that we have defined in the class definition. It's implementation, nothing but the functionality you are writing here is implementation. Next, how do you call that methods here? It's a reference variable. EMP and EMP1 is the reference variable we call. And this is the object. What could be the object? Create object is the keyword. Once you give the create object emp1, it create the instance of the class. Yeah. Now 35, what we are doing? We are calling the class method. We are calling here class. This is also same class method we are calling here. This is a notation. Okay. We check syntax. Activate. I'll put a breakpoint here. Execute. Right. Control is line number 35 here. So if I execute now line number 35, so where will go the control? It will go to line number 10 or it will go to line number 21? Where will go the control? Yeah. Hmm. We'll go to the implementation part, line number 21. Because you are calling a method.
Okay.
Huh?
But line number 11 of the 30
Uh,
line 11 of the same 30.
Line 11 is only definition, like declaration of variables declaration. That is not executable statements, this one. This is the executable statements. Here, line number 9 to 16, what you are doing is, it is structure, like what is contents you are defining here. What is the functionality you are writing here? Okay, are you getting all the point what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if I give single step, so where it should go the control?
Implementation.
Hmm. Implementation part, it goes to here. Right? You are assigning the value here. So now one object, this concept here is like this. So this is the object now. Here, class, we created one class here. EMP. This is one class. For this, you created one object here. Employee object here. So this instance you are creating now here. Employee one object here. And you can create one more object, employee two object here. So the same class you are using for the multiple objects to create multiple instances, nothing but multiple instances. We'll see this going forward. You understood more when you are use the real use of this one, purpose of this one here. Now, where is my control currently?
35.
Line number 36. So once 36 will execute, where will go the control? It will go to 20, 25, 25.
What is the diagram of symbol?
This arrow mark. This is
Yeah.
how you call the syntax to call the method of the class. This with this you call the class methods. Syntax.
Okay.
Okay. Take other example. So you can also pass the parameters like this here. Here in this code, okay, in this code you are not passing any parameters here. See here, methods will come as a methods with the parameters. See here, methods can contain parameters like a function module. Methods can contain. What is the meaning of parameters in general? In either in the function models or anywhere in the IT programming language, what is the main purpose of parameters? What is the use of it?
Passing the value of
Filter the
the
data.
Hmm. Passing the value to from where to where? From calling program to the method. Parameters will carry the information. Simple definition here is parameters will carry the information from calling program to methods of the class here. Clear here? So try to understand this code. What I am doing, just try. Think what we are doing. What is IM underscore EMP number and IM underscore E name here? Here. What is this two?
implementation.
This one. What is IM here?
So variable
It is
importing.
importing parameter. Nothing but a variable.
Okay.
Importing nothing but parameters. So two parameters you have defined here. Okay. And you are assigning here value. And here where you are calling here, you are passing that parameters here. Set EMP. If you want, you can do this one now. Now check syntax. Activate. Right? If you put a breakpoint here, create object here. You observe 70, 71. No? What is 90? What is RAM? What is IM underscore EMP number, IM underscore E name? What is the difference between these two? 70 and 71.
Employee number numeric value.
54,
Hmm,
55 declared.
Employee name we assign the character or
hmm,
value
hmm,
assigned.
hmm. Okay, basically, whatever you pass, like whether the function model you are calling or method here also, right side information is you are passing from the program. Left side is inside the method parameters here. These two are inside the method parameters. This is the actual values you are passing. So when you pass this one, this value will go to this parameter. This value will go to this parameter in the class. Why in the 73, we are not passing any values? Line number 73. Huh? Why we are not passing anything in 73 line?
Already declared.
Huh? Why?
Already declared.
Because, right, line number 73, this PMP is here. This PMP here. This PMP don't have any parameters, right? You are not defining any parameters. Hence, you are not passing anything here. Here. Okay. Any doubts here?
So why we are passing IM employee number instead of the director?
Which one? This one, line number 70, yeah?
Hmm.
This one, IM underscore EMP number, we are defined here. Here, we are defined here as a attribute method parameter. This one. That's why you are passing this one. These two. These two are method parameters. Left side one. This right side one is the values here.
Then 48, sir. Line number 40.
Hmm.
Line number 48.
40, yeah?
48.
48, yeah? This one,
Here we declare IM employee director.
44, huh? This one, huh?
No, no. Here 48 why we declare employee number.
This is the variables. Nothing but class attributes. This belongs to this class. These variables can be accessed by the class objects here. This object, when you are calling here, inside this object methods, you are accessing that variables here. This EMP number, E name is the class attributes. We can note down here. Class attributes. You are assigning the values. Every class will be having like some methods, importing and exporting parameters for communicating the data. And attributes is required to store the value in the runtime. Same as variables only in the normal programming. Same as variables, is variables only.
Okay.
What is the 4? Within bracket 4 we have given, right?
That's character length.
Data type length, numeric 4. 10 is type C, then length is 4. So here how if you want to pass the not hard code value, user defined values, how do you pass? Here. You can declare the parameters here in the beginning. Parameters concept. Then you can pass the parameter value also here, direct to variable value. Not a value, you can pass a variable also, like v underscore emp number. V underscore ename, like this. Like this also you can pass. Not v, p underscore. P is for parameters. You can define that parameters here. Parameters. P underscore emp number. Okay. What is size we are giving here? 4. Type in. P underscore 10 type C. That you can pass here now. P underscore emp number. M line M. P underscore ename you can do here. See now. Same thing here. What the difference between 71, 72 and 78, 79? What is the difference between 71, 72 and 78, 79?
User passing the value.
So user
in 721.
through the user inputs to variables, so you are passing the data. Other one is your hard coding, right?
Yes.
Practice this one. This programs anyway I'll share now today only. Yesterday class recording also. Now we'll do one more thing. Public and private. Right here. Why is error is coming here? It's what this error is saying this. First read that. I mean, try to read that.
Private attribute not allowed. Employee name
Hmm.
only employee.
Correct, right? So because see here, what you are trying to pass here is you are directly trying to assign the value of the employee number and employee name to your object attributes. EMP number and EMP1 is the your object now. EMP1 is your object. EMP number, E name is your attributes here. EMP number and E name. You define on the private section. Hence it won't accept. You make it this public section. Comment. Check syntax. Now see works here. Right? Because one this is the one important advantage of the oops concept where you can make it based on the business criticality or requirement. So some attributes means variables, nothing but values. You can make it either public or private. Globally you cannot access across the in the program. This all complete these things within the program only. It's 38 only. The same class cannot useful in the other programs. It's a local classes, local class only. Is clear this concept, this point or not? Hmm?
Yes.
Clear.
So project also they are using OOPS concept. Right?
New programs and all
Lab,
oops concept will use. Old programs will not be there in the oops, but new ABAP programs and all we should write in the using the oops concept only. Once we start using it, it will be familiar, not a big complex. But initially, it will be slightly feeling confusion. Will create confusion. Okay, we'll take one more example. Me operator. Think of why this me operator is there here, how it works. Try to read the code quickly. This is the class definition we are doing here. And class implementation we are doing here. How many methods are there? How many methods we are defining here? Two methods, right? Here. Set EMP, disp EMP. Point here is your method parameters so and class attributes the same name. EMP number, E name here. Here. Hence, to differentiate that class object attributes, you are using this me operator here. Me EMP number here. Means object attributes this one because same name here. After equal to symbol is this is the parameters here. Method parameters. This left side is the object attributes here. Me is if you want you can write down this one. Me we need to differentiate object attributes and method attributes. For this reason, we need to use this me operator. constructor. What is constructor? It is a default method. Default method, see here. This is a constructor method here. See where you are calling here the code. Here. Create object. You are not calling the constructor method. Constructor method is a default method, it triggers. Default method that will trigger. Why we create the object. This method purpose is to assign the default values to the class object attributes. This is the purpose. It is similar to initialization event in report programs. This is the concept. Okay. Practice this one. You stop recording, Ganesh.